Welcome to my MYBET.AFRICA TV right here on YouTube. This is Sports Arena. Wait. Hold on. Before I even go in my intro, what be your problem?
You make me go. I go take fame.
Somebody wear a Fedaja and Jesse Caviar.
You go your goal. I go pass inside.
I go pass there.
Welcome to the show. My name is Kwame. We're going to have a very great conversation. As you can see, the conversation starts before we even say action, but we'll go there later on the show. Today, I'm going to look at the AFCON 2025 qualifiers, a group that Ghana has been, more or less paired with Sudan, Niger, and Sudan, Niger, and a group F, Sudan, Niger, and Angola. These three teams are going to be playing against Ghana to see who qualifies into the next round. And of course, we're also going to look at the semifinals of the Euros. Some way, somehow, England found their way into the semifinals. We're going to delve deep into that. And of course, other relating issues, transfers here and there. What is Chelsea up to? What is Arsenal up to? What is the other big teams up to? Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Nana. You too as well.
Where this guy passed today?
Some people say make we reach here before some time, but then they'll be the last people to come.
I don't know what my problem be, Seth. Let's have that conversation. Let's talk about
the team. Be serious with the some people. They say they get some professional BJ they work at studio. Maybe they watch them make we see now. They go bring dead Jesse can the studio inside.
Dead Jesse.
Jesse way you don't get life.
If you watch me to, you know the way Jesse. You the way Jesse.
Just say them put them for.
So who they talk about?
The person knows that. They just say if you work for Sananda today, the weather be a little bit okay. Like Charlie, they just say go bounce for him body.
Charlie.
Because the player in Jesse the West, he be fake Jesse. The player be fake player. He be packaging player. In time pass.
You talk for this.
Oh, the player in time pass.
In time pass.
So the system
He's
boy.
still young. He's still young.
The system boy was system well. Then for stop the way pass. Jesse's way.
Oh, Charlie, why they do your man like that? Why you do that thing? We can do that.
I swear, if you give me the Jesse, I go wear House of Folk Jesse or Kotoko Jesse rather than to wear the Jesse.
Okay, all right. Let's move on.
Where Jesse?
Let's move on for that conversation.
Are we?
This as the talk cannot come inside. If you
make
reach
no
my
talk.
time,
Make no talk. I beg, make no talk. If you talk, make no talk anything.
Seriously. We want to say we are going seriously. Those were they call them Avellino. Then
all right. So
Perugia.
Yeah. Opacho. Idebek. System boy. The system is not helping you today. So welcome, Benedict. Welcome.
The matter chop out.
oh, I've been my time.
If your time reaches, we'll talk about
fire
that.
you.
So let me start with you, Benedict. This guy, you need to make it cool down small. So Ghana has been paired with Angola, Niger, and Sudan. And the team of interest right now, I mean, obviously people would have said, oh, maybe the team that's for fear more be like more probably Angola or something.
Yeah.
But it looks like Ghanaians are not even looking that way. They're looking at Sudan. Why? Because our ex-coach, our former coach, Kwesi Appiah, is the head coach of Sudan. And since he took over the team, they've been doing really, really, really well. What do you think about this pairing?
I think the pairing is good for the Black Stars, especially getting Angola, Niger, and Sudan. We are looking at Sudan because of Kwesi Appiah's interest from there, but Sudan has been performing well. Checking their last games, they've been doing well. Kwesi Appiah has been doing a good job there. And Ghanaians are looking at that side because maybe we're a bit scared of Kwesi Appiah having something like a revenge on us because he coached us. He did well. He brought in good players to the national team and he was just sent off or sacked from the job. But we are looking at this qualifiers as something we shouldn't even look at it like none of this team should beat the Black Stars. On paper, none of them should beat the Black Stars because Niger, Angola, Sudan are not on that level of the Black Stars when it comes to the AFCON. So this is a group we need to at least score everyone in top. But our interests are on the Sudan, going away to Sudan and also here playing against Sudan because we want to see what Kwesi Appiah would bring. And if it's to show Ghanaians that yes, we should have given him more opportunity to maybe nurture these boys and take the Black Stars up. So let's see on these two games and see how it will come up.
Vincent?
Yeah, I think
Not system boy.
it's early days yet to predict. But obviously, when you look at the group, you see Ghana, a powerhouse in African football. you see Angola, you see Niger, you see Sudan, you know that definitely Ghana is going to qualify in that group. But it's early days here to predict. And I think somewhere September, we are playing our first game against Angola. And say about the nations Wembley or Kumasi, you know, it's a straight win. I mean, the team I think that he will be, a tough side for us will be Sudan. Having the fact that they have a coach who knows Ghana very well. Because we know Kwesi Appiah, he's been with the team for several years. He's played for the Black Stars, coached the Black Stars, and also part of our current governing football body right now. And also the coach of Sudan. You know, so I say you Ghana team cannot mention someone's name. Be Kwesi Appiah, he being the coach for Sudan, and let's see how Sudan is performing currently under Kwesi Appiah, topping their group in the World Cup qualifier. So it tells you that he's building something. Fantastic for Sudan, and we have to worry about Sudan as well. Let's not forget about Angola, how they played at the AFCON, where they got to before. Free AFCON anymore. So we have two good sides. If you predict Ghana against Sudan, you'll be fine very easily. You'll be find ourselves wanting a 2025 Morocco AFCON. So I think that it's early days here to predict how we are going to do in the group. But with what Otuado is doing currently, the players he's calling, the improvements we've all seen in our previous games, I think that if he continues to do that, September, our first one against Angola, it drew our strength against the other teams. But I don't see Ghana, not being part of the teams that is going to qualify in the group as well.
You don't see Ghana to be?
I don't see Ghana not being part of the teams that is going to qualify. So, they would have two slots in there. Either in Kana and a second there. And running Caribbean. But right now, right now, it's too early.
It's too early.
Yeah.
System one.
System boy.
Why one day you're monitor? Why no? Why one day you're monitor?
Oh my!
What you do?
My guy.
Your guys every day dead out like that.
My guy.
Pressing neck.
Always had the pressing neck.
The guy they heckle me too much. So
okay, so this is revenge. Why do you know where Mr. Peloto in team?
Oh, but you know Mr. Peloto they give authentic JC from. You know who they do the JC?
I don't know.
Maniac. He been JC where Dreams FC were for Camp Confederations Cup. He knows.
So I don't know anything.
So a better pass.
Oh,
I don't know anything.
Do you want me to go back to the Galula JC?
Let's. I'm sorry, boss.
Sure. Oh, back to more serious business. If you look at the group, it's a group basically that the Black Stars should be able to navigate. I won't say easily, but fairly, they should be able to navigate the group. But we have to pick a clue. Now, playing on the African continent, especially away from home, it's tricky, it's tiresome, and sometimes can be adrenaline blogging on you in terms of if you are not psyched properly for games. We saw how we got rattled in the game against Comoros in the World Cup qualifier, our second group game. Even in the opener against Madagascar at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, it took Inaki Williams 90 plus 5 minutes to pop up with a winning goal. And if you look at Angola, the last time we played them in the qualifier was to the AFCON, where we went to Luanda. The game ended in a stalemate, but they really gave us a match. I did that match on Star Times. They really gave us a tough match. And their number 10, is it Fernandez? That guy is an absolute wall beater. With the ball at his feet, he can take anybody on the African continent, can cause you problems. And like Vincent said, we saw them at the AFCON. They caused problems to teams in the group stages. In the round of 16, they eliminated one of the powerhouses of African football. It was in the quarterfinal that they got booted out of the competition. But basically, if you look at them, they are a proper team, proper drill team. That if you don't really prioritize your strengths and your weaknesses against them, they can really rattle you and get results out of you. But in Kumasi, it's one thing. Yeah, it's football. Anything is possible. But growing up, I can't remember the last time I saw Ghana lose a match in Kumasi, far back in 2000. Where Ghana co-hosted AFCON with Nigeria, where South Africa scored us at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, Kwesi Appiah solo strike. But ever since then, from 2000 to 2024, that is like how many years now?
That's 24.
24 years now. Ghana has never tasted defeat in the Kumasi Sports Stadium or at the Accra Sports Stadium. At the Accra Sports Stadium was in 2008. We lost against Cameroon. So basically, Kumasi is a slaughterhouse, like you always say. You go there, they know that the 3 home matches is a done deal. It's away from home that matters. And how we navigate the game, to me, Sudan is not a problem. Kwesi Appiah and his team, they are a packaging team. It's only a matter of time. They will explode. I am telling you, mark it on the wall. They are currently topping. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I can't see, it's not about how you start, but how you finish. In the World Cup qualifiers, so far they've been decent. They are on top. But expect Sadio Mane's team to come back stronger when the qualifiers resume. And they themselves, they will have some tough matches to play. And Sudan, I don't know whether they are back to their home ground because they were playing in Morocco because of the hostility that they found themselves in currently, that CAF and FIFA is not allowing them to play in Omdurman because of the war and other stuff. But trust me, with all due respect, Sudan is of nothing to Ghana in terms of footballing pedigree. And if we can put things right, I think the Black Stars can fairly navigate this group and qualify.
All right, so we're looking forward to our first. You want to say something? We're looking forward to our first group game, somewhere in September.
2nd September.
Yes, 2nd September, right?
Against Angola.
Against Angola.
And they are the toughest opponents in the group on paper.
Yes.
On paper by far.
And it's a home game too, so
it's in Kumasi.
Yeah.
Well, in Kumasi, we always know how to do the job. Basically, all uploads to the 12 men. They are the heartbeats of the Ghana national team. In matches that they've decided to go against the team, we saw the team struggled. But when they are behind the team and they unite behind the team, it's difficult for you to go to Kumasi. It's a no-go zone area. It's like a den. In the Lions, then when you step there, it's either you will not live with your life or you live with bruises all over your body that you need stitches. And with Ghana there, it's either you pick one or you pick the two.
I think the fixtures too helps because we are playing Angola at home, we'll go to Niger away, then we'll play Sudan at home. So having it in this pattern helps a lot. At least you can
the
secure
Niger
the
match
first
is the
game.
problem. Ask me why. And
Why are you saying that?
Niger's altitude is like Bolivia's altitude. It's high. They put kickoff at 11:30 a.m. to 12:01. Trust me, if you've been to Niger before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You go take shower, within 5 minutes, there is no droplets of water on your body. It's not like you, after bathing, you use towel to clean. You just take the shower, you come out with water. It's extremely hot. Don't try. That's how come sometimes teams go there and they find it extremely difficult to cope with the weather condition because it's not favorable at all. And with the kickoff times, it's determined by the home team. The time they want to play, that is when they will kick it off. So CAF and FIFA does not determine when you are supposed to play your game. And that has been a problem for away teams, especially when they go to Niamey. But I think Ghana, they will have to acclimatize before they play that game because it's not going to be easy for them there at all.
That game's kickoff time is 4 p.m.
4 p.m. local time. That's the schedule, but it can change.
Well, we're hoping everything just goes well for the Ghana national team. And of course, we'll see how best we can battle our way into Morocco next year. But let's come to more current issues. The Euros is ongoing. We saw some serious blockbusters happen over the weekend. We saw England go over what's the name of the team again? Go over England.
Switzerland.
Well,
They didn't go over
that particular game, I was hoping it was going to be a fair win for Switzerland, but England showed that they are the tougher side when it comes to pedigree, when it comes to football. And of course, we also saw the likes of Germany.
Don't skip it. Bukayo Saka shows that he's an absolute world-class superstar.
We are coming there. Relax. You'll get a turn to speak. We also saw Germany slack. Germany lost to Spain.
Yeah.
What I think is
in a close match.
Yes, a very, very
tough
match. Very, very tough match. I think
the liveliest match of the quarterfinal matches.
So far. We also saw Turkey being trashed by
Cody
Gakpo's Netherlands. I think there's one more game. I think there's one more game, right?
Portugal, France. Dragged
into penalties. We all saw what happened in the end. Now I'm going to take your thoughts. You have something to say about
England
your
and
man.
Saka.
Yeah, if you look at the permutations, like you said, across the 4 matches, you could tell that the best teams in the tournament really pitched each other. They really pitched strength against each other, and it was tough. None of them had it easy. There was none of the games that ended in a 2 goals difference. Netherlands versus Turkey ended 2-1. England into penalties. France into penalties. And then the last one,
The Spain
match ended 2-1. So that tells you how tough it was. But it actually kicked off with Spain versus Germany on Friday 4 o'clock
yes.
p.m. kickoff time. And if you saw football being displayed at its maximum best, the boys lights up the occasion. They stepped up to the template. They knew exactly what was there. They saw the cracks on the wall, and everybody went for it. No one played a jar like lackluster football. They were playing on the front foot, stepping on the accelerator. Lamine Yamal was at the heart of everything once again. And for Coach De La Fuente, when things got awkward and tough, he looked to the bench and pulled a certain Marino onto the pitch. Those who actually caused damage or wreak havoc in the game for him against the Germans, all of them were from the bench. Pedri got injured in 8 minutes. Dani Olmo got called onto the scene.
And he was amazing.
He plowed the attacking third, basically playing off the shoulders of Nico Williams and then Morata. Morata had some half chances which he fluffed, but he was at the right place at the right time to connect balls. And the first goal that he scored in that game was it was a superb strike by all standards. For him to have the vision to disguise himself, improvise, create space, and then for the young man, I don't believe that guy is a 16-year-old guy because the brains in his body is not that the brains of a 16-year-old footballer.
I mean, people grow.
Messi
There's not a lot
He
of...
stepped onto the ball, damaged, held the ball, deceived all the defenders. Morata ran into space. Then he almost saw the empty space. The moment he stepped into the space, he released the ball. Perfect inch pass,
yes.
The only thing left for him was to sweep the ball with pinpoint accuracy. And he executed that to perfection. Look at the height or the length of Manuel Neuer. For him to carpet that ball and Neuer at full stretch couldn't get a hand to the ball speaks volumes.
Yeah.
That tells you that it's a typical training ground move and they executed it to perfection in the game itself. From there, the Germans never took their foot off the pedal. They stepped up. Nagelsmann edged them on, and Ferran Wirtz was Jamal Musiala for one reason or the other got nullified. But Ferran Wirtz was in terms of plowing the attacking third, he's one of the finest in European football currently. And he caused them problems. It was always going to be him or Fulkrug.
Yeah.
That was going to get a goals because the moment Fulkrug stepped onto the pitch, you could tell that he was carrying the threat all over.
Do I hear some shade to Havertz in what you're saying? I mean,
No, I'm coming. I'll come to Havertz. See,
This thing we discussed.
Fulkrug caused problems. I am telling you that Kai Havertz is not a center forward and he will always pop up with assists and goals. But you need clinical strikers to finish off chances for you
Like
at
Fulkrug.
premium.
Yeah.
He had premium chances like 3. He never took them. And it will come back to haunt you in grade A games like this. You look at the Spanish, they didn't waste chances. They were clinical in front of goal. Dani Olmo's chance was a escape shot, which he basically got it right. And you look at where it mattered most. Dani Olmo saw Merino standing in between Rudiger and his defensive partner. He whipped in the cross. The weight on the pass and the delivery was top-notch. Basically, the moment the ball left the height of Rudiger knew they were in trouble. Because the ball was always going to drop onto his forehead. It's not that he's struggling to conjure something. The ball was basically dipping for him. And you know what? He didn't generate much power. It was all about direction.
Precision.
And he got the precision and accuracy on point. The moment the ball left his forehead, Rudiger was on the floor and the goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. He didn't even move. There is nothing he could do about it. No goalkeeper on the planet was going to save that ball. And that was it. 90th minute, that was it. It's done. But shockingly, the Germans never give up. You knew the red card that Carvajal take, he had to take the red card. If not, it was going to be a big problem for them.
Yeah.
Carvajal he's a senior player, and that is what you take one for the team.
He was going to miss the next game anyway.
He was going to miss the next game. So
thing.
basically, he had to take it for the team. And maturity, you can't buy it. You have to earn it. If it were to be some player, you would have allowed the player to go on and cause problems. Because at that time, they had enough bodies up there waiting for the cross to come in. They have Muller, they have Fulkrug, and they have Wirtz. But he decided to foul him. And that was the right thing he did. But it was a classic quarterfinal. European football. So much space. The explosive players were there. But De La Fuente will learn something from that game. I don't think he will hurry his substitutions the next time.
Exactly.
Because he would have bite his nails if the game had not gone in his favor.
Because, I mean, you took out your two most explosive attackers, and then you were bringing on midfielders. I mean,
this tournament I've seen with
But I think one of
Musia.
the substitutes scored the winning goal.
The two substitutes scored.
they scored.
But the game,
but the
at
game-
at
okay,
1-1.
we're taking on
that
Nico
almost
Williams.
one is just 2 minutes. I'm talking
Yes.
about those who replaced Yamal and this thing.
Nico.
Of course. But you realize
but
that
you see with the changes, looking at
the game
Ferran
left
Torres-
left their hands after the
Ferran
game.
Torres- talking
I mean,
about
what I'm
phases
saying
of
is,
the game.
even if Nico and
Yamal.
Yamal was in, still, I mean, there was going to be a point that Germany was going to dominate the game. Even at the start of the game, when Lamine and Nico was in the game, it got to a time Germany was dominating the game. Kai Havertz missed a lot of
Definitely, in
sitter
the
chances.
phases of the game, you can't
Eh,
box the Germans.
So I'm trying to say that you cannot say that the reason why Germany came into the game was because of the substitution he made. Although he limited the attack some way because Kimmich was free now to approach freely. I think the left back for Germany too was also free
Ram.
to Ram also. I think Ram they also
Took him off.
they took him off. So it didn't really affect the team. Maybe it was the approach he needed and he won him the game.
All right, let's move on to the next game. That was later in the evening, the game between
Portugal and France.
Portugal and France. That game also was a game that, you know, on paper, it was a blockbuster. Everybody would like to just close from wherever they were and just come and watch that game. What was the general review about the game? Finally, we all knew that France qualified, but let's look at the nitty-gritties of the game.
Well, I think that both teams didn't play to expectation because initially with me, I think that Portugal would have, played more because we believed that it was going to be, a easy game for France. But how Portugal was, playing this season, and we knew that without Bruno Fernandes, they couldn't create a lot of chances. Although you have a player in Rafael Leao who could take on players, but in this tournament, his final, passes or final releases being somewhere affecting the team as well. Ronaldo hasn't been, the Ronaldo winning tournament, being the top scorer in the competition, being the top assist provider in the competition history, and not scoring a goal and just providing one assist in this year's edition tells you how he fell off, in this tournament, and also affected Portugal in some way.
It actually tells you
Yes.
how errors are
Yes.
they're
So
switching.
if Ronaldo, was scoring, see the chance that he missed. That last minute chance he missed. The Ronaldo we know wouldn't miss such clutch moments. Always obey deliver. So I think that the game wasn't up to expectation, but the best team won, especially when you are playing the knockout stages. Everything matters, especially the penalty shootouts. And I think that Mike Maynard, stepped up for the team. He also made a crucial saves, which saved France because it wouldn't be surprised if Portugal had gone on to the semifinals because of that crucial saves Mike Maynard. Yeah, so I think that it was a good game. It wasn't up to expectation that we were all expecting, but the best team won at the end of the day. And Kylian Mbappe and the other guys, they should take 1 or 2, 3 mistakes they did against Portugal, because going to the semifinals, whoever you're going to face will not miss those sitters, even if they have those chances that Portugal had in the game. So I think that the best team won that night.
All right, so
I would like to touch on the Portugal
go
game.
ahead, please.
Basically, the two teams didn't play to expectation, but I think the Portuguese, there was a little bit of positivity about their game plan. And they carved out the clearest chances in the game. Typically, chief culprit, Rafael Leao and then Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, as much as we talk about Nico Williams and then Lamine Yamal, Fabio Conceição, that young chap, anytime he's on the pitch, he's very explosive. He caused problems. You saw the chance, the cutback he gave to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo miscued the ball. He is one of the players that I am looking out for to come to mainstream Europe, either Italy or England, and cause problems in the league. Because with the ball at his feet, he has proven that he can take any defender on in the tournament. But if you look at the Portuguese team, one thing that really killed them, I would say, is their over-reliance or expectation on Cristiano Ronaldo. Even if when he misses balls, the way they cuddle him, the way you've got to play as a team. Don't always be like it has to be him. No.
But in the past, it's worked.
Yes, but now it's not working. It's error. Even Messi himself in the Copa America is finding it difficult to play his best games. It's football. And in football, to me, after this Copa America and after this tournament, both of them should just go off the international scene and concentrate on their club football, because they've been there. Don't let people start thinking otherwise about you. But if you look at the game itself, the French guys were lucky to have to draw this game into penalties, because had the Portuguese got any of those, have they converted any of those chances that they created, it would have been extremely difficult for the French team to come back. Because I'm of the opinion that the reason of Didier Deschamps to drop Olivier Giroud is making Antoine Griezmann not to play his best game. Because Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe have proven in all the tournaments that they play their best game whenever they have been paired with Giroud. One thing about Giroud is he gives you presence. People plays off his shoulders.
His link-up play
is superb.
Yeah.
You don't get that in Kolo Muani and Marcos Thuram. So to me, you should reinstate Giroud back into the team. Giroud is not a bad player. Giroud, when he creates decent chances, he will score. He will give assists. He will bully people for Mbappe and Griezmann to play off his shoulders. But with the Kolo Muani, and they are going direct, it's not working. The earlier he looks at that, the better.
You need a decoy. Someone
you understand?
Who drag fouls.
Someone that drags people with him and stuff. So in this tournament, you could tell that Griezmann is struggling for once to score. Mbappe himself is struggling to score. So it's a problem. But in the semi-final against Spain, I think, right? Yes. It's going to be tough. And if they play like the way they are also playing in the tournament so far,
they'll be trashed.
Trust me, they'll be in for a whole lot of problems, because Spain is the only team left in the tournament with a 100% winning ratio.
Let's move on to our next game that happened over the weekend. Let's look at the game between Netherlands and Turkey. I saved the England game for last because I know there's a lot to talk about. Netherlands and Turkey game. What was your impression about the game?
So with the Netherlands and Turkey game, I saw Turkey came into, we put up a good performance. And after getting the first goal, they were a bit relaxed because I saw the Netherlands were struggling. So after the first half, the coach had to bring in Weghorst because he knew that they were looking for target men and they were trying to get the balls into the box. But after getting their goal with their own goal, going into the last minute, Turkey came into the game. They were giving Netherlands a whole lot of pressure. And you could see that they were just missing a piece or maybe a connection of the ball to just equalize and send the game to extra, which I think Netherlands should be careful because you are going to play against a team like England who takes these chances. So going into that game, you should be careful, not give your opponent that opportunity to at least pass ball across your goal line and missing those chances, because English will come in. When England goes down, they'll bring in all their attackers to fill your box. And these are chances they will be taking. So if they got the opportunity against Turkey, they should know that going into the game against England, these are things they need to work on. And also, Van Gaal should also look at, Koeman should also look at starting with Weghorst. If you think you need a target man, start with him, not going into the game after you are 1-0 down or you are 2-0 down and you try to bring him in to give you that target present. Because in bigger games, in the semi-final, you wouldn't get the opportunity to give him the 45 minutes to come in and change the game. No. So these are something they need to look at. Same as the German coach. He had a chance to start with Fulkrug instead of Kai Havertz, but he was going for more mobile type of striker with Kai Havertz, and it cost them the game because Havertz had a lot of chances he needed to convert. I think he got one ball. Simeone did a mistake where he wanted to chip the ball. And I think with that ball, with Fulkrug, he would have just shot the ball against the keeper. So that's one thing they should look at.
All right.
Netherlands in that game.
Now let's come to the game that we've all been wanting to talk about. England playing against Switzerland. I mean, like I said earlier in the intro, it was one game that I was really looking forward to see some serious masterclass from, especially England. Because, I mean, really, you had nothing to lose.
Last week when we previewed the game, I told you that the way England is playing, I've seen teams play like that and they've used that kind of
get to the finals.
Get to the final to win tournaments. And I've cited examples from African Cup to even the European Cup when Portugal won it. People were not playing their best, but they scraped through. You look at Italy, same. You see, England during the last Euros, the Euro 2020, they played very well from the group stage into the final and they choked in the final. When everybody expected them to beat Italy easily at the Wembley Stadium. But the Italians brought their A game on board to frustrate them with Chiellini and Bazzagli and Co at the heart of everything. You see, one thing about this England team that people are taking for granted is they are not playing well, decent, but they are managing to get the result over the line. And if a team keeps doing that, that tells you that the team is being termed as a tournament team. And if you don't take time, they'll scrape, and win the tournament. For a fact, you look at what the Swiss did. The Swiss map up a strategic game plan not to allow the English to have a field day in central midfield and try to build from the back and squeeze their wing backs to deter them as much as they can from surging forward. Because with England, if you allow the wing backs to surge forward, that is how come they will get those crosses into the box and then Kane and Co will trouble you. The Swiss stick to the game plan, got their opener in the second half. Then for all reason best known to them, they decided to throw everything out of the window to come and play on the front foot with the English, thinking that the last 15 minutes is nothing. And there, the English also threw in strikers. And those strikers...
Which we must give credit to Southgate for.
Southgate, they will trouble you. You look at the goal that Bukayo Saka scored. Basically, the concentration was on Ivan Toney and then Harry Kane in the box. So Saka basically was lurking on top of the box. The moment he hugged the touchline, he got the ball. It was actually like a retention. They tried clearing the ball dropped to him kindly. And it's a trademark goal he has in him. For the forest of bodies, for him to get a precision to whip, to be able to play that ball with so much, it wasn't just like a placement. There was power behind the ball.
Trademark.
And at that particular point is that when he equalized, the English people, the way like their tails will be up, not the players alone, the mental toughness of the fans. The fans, they always believe that even in the English Premier League, teams that always come to equalize always have a higher percentage of winning the game than teams that are leading. That's how come in Alex Ferguson's era, they will concede first, but when they score, they always believe that they will win the game. That's how come Manchester in the past always have that mental toughness over their opponents. And there's something we call the Fergie time. So it's in their football DNA. Look at them in the tournament. In matches that they claw back, they always, against Slovakia, the moment they equalized, it was clear that they were going to win the game. So when they equalized, I was telling my friend I was watching the game, I said, England will win this game. He said, why? I said, they'll win the game. You just watch. This is the English culture. When they equalize, they win. And they drag the game to penalties and they manage. Pickford is one of the finest goalkeepers when it comes to saving penalties in the world. And if you look at even his water bottle, he planned everything. When it is Xhaka, dive left. When it is Mbolo, fake and stay in middle. He did all those homework and it paid off and they managed to qualify. But in the game against Netherlands, I'm telling you, Netherlands, they have a good team. They'll try. They'll do whatever they want to do. But I still fancy these English boys to win the semi-final and qualify into the final.
All right. Do any of you want to add something?
So I don't know why Francis has been cuddling England from these Euros. They are not performing.
But they are getting me the results.
They are not performing because you go into a game, wait till 70 minutes before you... Anytime England concedes, that's when Southgate brings in Cole Palmer, Eze, Ivan Toney, try to put everybody in it. So he's depending on the players to get the results, not his tactics. So going into when the game was in extra time, if you could see from Pickford's demeanor, you could see that England were just looking for penalties because they had Cole Palmer, they had Ivan Toney, they had one of the best penalty takers in their teams. So they were just sending the game.
The best penalty taker, Bukayo Saka.
No, Bukayo Saka is not part of those best players.
They
are talking about
players who even cost them
players with a clean penalty.
You are bringing Saka. That means you go back to the last
year. You are trying to be biased. We say
you see the ball Saka they play. If you be Kopama, they play like me. I don't go fit count this studio.
It's Kopama.
No,
why Saka be the best player of the
star boy?
You should see that.
Star boy, you near the Kobo left back. Not a star boy.
He's multi-talented.
When multi-talented,
your Kopama go fit a boneless human being way.
Francis, Saka started the game from minute 1 to minute 70. Couldn't make a change till Cole Palmer and Eze.
So if Cole Palmer can score him the goal.
No, they came in and created a space.
Cole Palmer influence alone created that space for Saka.
All right. Let's move on.
So with England, Southgate is getting
but Saka is not all that. Continue.
With a penalty.
Oh, continue.
Southgate is getting the tournament. Like the players are playing the tournament for him because you don't go into games and expect that, okay, after 70 minutes with 20 minutes left, let me put in all my attackers. With this game too, if you could watch his back line, he just had Stones, Kyle Walker, and Luke Shaw as his defensive pairing. And he was just throwing in attackers. And I don't know why the opponent also go into a game and see this type of three back and they don't also attack,
Mm.
try to sit back. That has been Southgate's problem. And against Netherlands, with the Dutch team, I'm also seeing them also not that strong to hold this English team. So that's one thing he needs to look at. If you are going into game, go into the game expecting that, okay, this is the type of play I'm going for. With this game, you don't look at Switzerland playing a three back and change your whole setup into a three back to fit their team. It's like you are afraid of the team to the extent that you are changing your whole tactics.
Now, let me
to
hold.
fit
Let me
the
hold.
team.
I actually think the three-back system is what they were supposed to go with.
Proud to that match. I
tournament.
mentioned that
From the
I
onset.
watched their training and I think they're going
They're
to
going
play
for
a
because
three back.
with the type of
Yeah.
players they have,
And
there.
with a three-back system, they are like looking at their central play, it was affecting them because their gameplay was more to the wings. Saka was playing as a left wing back, but he was on his right foot mostly. And Trippier was finding himself in between the centre back. So most of the game, if you could see the Switzerland's open game, he didn't know who to tack because he was lost in that position. And going into games, Netherlands would also try and come back with a three back. So if you are going into games, leaving spaces and leaving your team wanting like this, it will worry you. Southgate is having a good tournament, and for now, I tip them beating maybe Netherlands and going into the final because of the game they are playing and because of the players he brings on. Because he can take the game to penalties. You have Ivan Toney, who is one of the best penalty takers.
I mean, his penalty kick has been like
I think he has
very discussed.
38 and
The only person
has
that can
scored
play
36.
penalty better than Ivan Toney in the world is Jordan Ayew. Jordan has never missed a penalty in his career.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Kopama hasn't missed
Sure.
a
Kopama too
penalty
hasn't missed the
in his
penalty.
professional
So
career.
let's not go there.
Yeah,
Saka
you
missed
can't
some
say
last.
that.
Anyway,
So,
so
can't say
Look at going in.
Kopama.
so
Kopama
yeah,
can't go in.
yeah. Vincent, can you wrap
Well,
up?
you see, prior to that game, I mentioned that Garisage was going to, for the three-back system. And I think that that three-back system won England the game. Although it gave that Switzerland the chance to play because that game, Switzerland was outplaying England.
Mm.
They created the most chances and they were the clear favorites in that game. But I mean, when you do tournaments now, sometimes it's not about playing very well. We also saw how Spain has been playing very well in this season. And I'm sure how I'm winning game, you know. I mean, the minutes of the game, they won it ugly. So if you want to be, a trophy winning coach, sometimes it's not about ball now, ball. And I think that if England had gone in for that 4-back against Switzerland, there was no way Trippier was going to stop that Ndoye guy, very explosive. There's no way that Walker being close to that centre backs, no, or bit must stop Vargas so much. So I think that three-back system maybe a change of style of play. We all know that England has been struggling to find the net. They find it very good to create chances. And this is a Switzerland team, Regane Xhaka, Mbolo. They will always find a way to find the net. So the three-back system alone, now if your three-back system, Mbolo was no bully defenders, no. And now going for 4-backer, let's say Konsa and John Stone. So I think that the three-back system, helped them. And one thing I like about Gary Southgate is he changes all into the game. Since Southgate by, although sometimes he gets some of the things wrong, but whenever Southgate changes Biano, a boy England team, who tells you that whenever he's on the bench, and let's not forget that the changes were all tactical changes. Whoever is coming in is also a good penalty taker, and we know that this is England's third timer. MYBET appear in the semi-final for the fourth time since Southgate took over. We can say that he's basically the best manager in the modern era for the Three Lions. No doubt about that. Facts in what you say. Getting to the semi-finals for the third time in the fourth time, no, like fourth trial, no, very best for them. They are going to face Netherlands, who's also winning Euros in that. Also, a good competitor for this competition. Let's not forget that Netherlands qualified to the knockout stage as the third best team. But since then, they've progressed. They've shown us they are one of the teams say they can win the tournament. Maybe I'm for but let's see how Gakpo is playing. Let's see how the other team, the Omo team, know how they came back to win that against take a team. So I think that this is going to be a cracker of a match. And Oshe, this team, Netherlands they are unbeaten against England in their last 9 games. Head-to-head against England in Netherlands, in a major tournament. They are unbeaten. And Gary Southgate, reach semi-final for the 3rd time. Our best answer free, no. So I feel like these both teams, no mean will reach history in terms of where they have come to reach. But on that day, football spirit in Western Kasabi, because these teams, the last time Netherlands ever reached this far was decades ago. They won the trophy in 88, and and decades ago, I feel when first semi-final, appearance. England and the 3rd one with Gary Southgate. So Sansu Freeman is 3 times at Gary Southgate, the 3 Lions drew the semi-final.
It's now up to the football gods.
Yes, I feel that football spirit, ebe kasa. What about ball umpire, Now umpire for the omo inside. But I see this game going to extra time. And whenever it reaches extra time, trust me, Ebeko penalties. That is when who will play a bit is Cole Palmer, who bit must step it up as one of the youngest players in the team. Or best step up say pressure in here. Me kwa bobo na my release my pressure. No. My mess must say penalties. But what I'm trying to say that let's having the character now England team the boys now England won. Let's see how they all finish the penalties. Bukayo Saka or a penalty taker man Arsenal. Ivan Toney Brentford penalty taker. Kopama Chelsea penalty taker. Trent Alexander-Arnold, if Salah is not there, on a penalty taker, Liverpool. So it tells you, England came prepared.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation, say penalty shoot or say extra time, they are prepared. Same as Netherlands team. So I feel like the football spirit will decide, but the game will go into extra time.
Let me stay on you. Let's take predictions. Spain, France, and then Netherlands.
Spain, France. I don't see Spain going to the finals of this competition. They've been one of the favorites. Although that before I ever started, I made mentions. I think France is going to be the winner. Whenever there is a competition, in this Deschamps era, you can never predict. You can never, rule out France, and they are still, title, contenders. But how Spain is the only team who are winning the 5 matches in now, and one thing I am back in Spain when football spirit comes in is there is no team in the European competition or winning all 6 matches. In like say be about 90 minutes extra time.
There's always a first time.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Football spirit, and mass animal in Tainsi. But this is France.
I really want to meet this football spirit.
What I'm saying is,
so just predict.
You make a finish
on German soil. Spain is winless in their last 8 games. But they broke it in the last.
Spain hasn't scored a goal against the host nation before.
But I not finish my point. You are bringing another stats. Let me finish my point. So I'm trying to say that everything back in Spain in terms of the statistics. But a Binions is a club in the European competition are in all 6 matches. So it tells us that Spain can still proceed to the finals. But maybe after extra time this time around, because only the only team I'm do a year. France the penalty shootout in Drew, England penalty shootout.
Well, that one is clear. Don't stress yourself.
Yes.
Even
So that's what I'm saying. That
so prediction.
I think Spain is the best team in the tournament currently. And I don't Jana Masolo we could create a money boys no Maso. I don't see say Spain will not reach the final. It's quite unfortunate. Say France Ababi share Spain at this time of the competition. Winning against the host, that one is just a huge boost for the
one more game, Netherlands and England.
England. I think England will proceed to the final through penalty shootout.
Francis,
Nana, England will win the Euro 2024.
we could bet for top.
Anybody they watch
I say Spain go
outright winner.
I say Spain go
England
winner.
go win the
Spain go
tournament.
winner.
Spain no go reach final.
England no go reach final.
The final is between France and England. And
The
England
finals
will
is
win
between.
the
The
final.
finals is between.
Sure. You know why I'm telling you
Spain
this?
and Netherlands.
England has never won the Euro before. Gareth Southgate.
Do they look like a team that wants
They'll
to
win
Euro?
it.
No.
In 2020,
No,
they had
looking
a
at-
chance.
Them
Looking
winning
at
it
what
and them
Wembley-
looking like a team that will win it
See.
are two different things.
No,
This
no.
team doesn't look like a team that
No.
came
In
to win.
2020, they had a chance.
No, no.
Wembley,
And
their
they
home
blew it.
stadium,
Nana,
and
see
they
me,
blew
I
it.
know myself and my friends and my friends, they know I'm good at predicting winners of a competition.
They do juju.
In 2018,
No one predicted
I said
that.
France was going to win the World Cup. I said it on TV. It came to pass.
Did you predict
At the World Cup,
You predict
at the
Arsenal.
World Cup in Qatar, I said Argentina will win the World Cup before the tournament kick-started, and they duly won the World Cup. I am telling you that based on my institution, what I can feel within me,
Where's his camera? Let's look into his camera.
what I can feel within me, I am telling you that I'm
England.
tipping France and England to play in the Euro
So
2024
your man
final,
making
and then
predictions that
England
France, okay.
would win the tournament.
With
You know
Bukayo
why?
Saka scoring
In their
in
last four
85th
tournaments,
minute.
Make reach the final before we go.
In their last 4 tournaments, I'm coming.
The spirit, football spirit. is
England has gone to the semi-finals 3 times. They've gone to the final once. If you have a team that has stepped onto the template for that duration, it's time for the team to win the tournament. Germany from 2002, look at their trajectory to 2014 when they won the World Cup. It's the same sequence that England has followed. Germany
Yeah, it's spiritual.
in 2002, finalist. They lost the final in Yokohama. Germany at the 2006 FIFA World Cup, they went to the semi-final, lost to Italy. Germany at the 2010 FIFA World Cup, they went to the semi-final. They lost it to who? Spain, the eventual winners. At the Euros, in the final, they lost it to Spain and they came back in 2014 to win. So if you have a team that get closer, they'll win. If England, this team, is not able to deliver this crown, in the next tournament, they'll flop. They will never hit the height again.
All right. So your prediction for the finals is France, versus England. And England eventually
overall
to
winner.
win. All right.
I think I'm going for the same prediction because I think Spain will struggle against France, though they're explosive type of team. But France has the experience.
Yeah.
They have the players to play in the big occasion. Looking at players like N'Golo Kante, I think this he has a new record that's 20 games undefeated for France. And
There's a first time for everything, right?
Exactly.
you are the one talking.
No, but when he said that's the same thing they told him.
So he had no,
By
the record
statistics,
is already set.
it starts.
So, but Spain, you want to be record. It be
and
record
we don't
today.
dispute you.
N'Golo Kante's
But
goal is
why is
already
he trying
set.
to explain?
The record is already there.
Na-
The
make your
record is
point, my
already
friend.
made.
Make your point.
So I'm looking at Spain going into the game.
Bro, I'm with you on this one.
First time for everything.
Okay, but we'll see. So France,
After the show, let him mention what you say on JC. Then we can close the show.
You have eyes. You can see.
Why right now?
I can't see. I'm trying to mention the
Why
time.
we did some literature class or what?
Chun chan chun. Chun chan
so
chun.
France will go through against Spain. They will come up with experience. I think Deschamps will just make some changes to his team and maybe bring in Drew. Drew would step in and make the day. Mbappe too, this tournament has been a bit slow. And this is his chance to also
He's
make
playing
up.
through pain. Oh.
I don't know that. But I think in the quarterfinals, he was a bit running from the penalty shootout. He did that. Hurricane too
But he
also
told
did the
them that he
same
was
thing.
exhausted, so they should take him
Yeah,
out.
that's
And
what
the
I
coach
heard.
said he thanked him for that because if it was left to his personal discretion, he
He
was
wouldn't
never
have
going to
taken him out.
substitute him.
Hurricane also did
But
the
he
same
stepped
thing.
forward and
Hurricane
said, I
also
want to
ran.
come out.
So we're just looking at France beating Spain, and England will go through against Netherlands. The Netherlands are not showing anything that they will be able to beat.
They are
this
playing in
English team.
phases of the game.
And I think the English will come out as soon as they concede. Southgate to put all the attackers in Kopama and Co
So
to come and take
I
it.
know.
Kopama and Co.
I know.
Not
So,
Kopama
Saka.
France-
and Co.
So
No,
France,
but
Spain,
let's not forget this.
France, England,
The-
Spain,
the-
England. I see.
You are going for Spain,
the-
England.
The French
Okay,
left
France,
back.
England.
I actually don't think England will even get to the
You
final.
know, the French left back, Theo Hernandez. People are not really giving him what he
His
deserves.
flowers, yes.
Oh, he's good.
He's a brilliant footballer.
Yeah.
Look at the way he dispatched his penalty. And he has been tidy over the course of the 90 minutes against Portugal. Look at that last ditch tackle he pulled out when Saliba messed up. But at the end of the day, you look at Pep Guardiola trying to call it on us again. You know, he's cutting the boy. He's trying to sign him from AC Milan. And Milan, instead of financial fair play, they need to sell one of their superstars to balance the books. And if they should get Theo Hernandez, it's a problem for everybody again. Because Joao Cancelo basically is a rebel in his camp. He has to go.
Well,
We
since
don't care.
since
We have the
you've gone
best
there,
left back
let's
here, so.
touch of the transfers a little bit. Now, there's one name that keeps going through.
Calafiori.
Yes, I mean the London teams, the two biggest London teams
Chelsea are out now.
we're scouting him, but now Chelsea's
Oh.
out.
Chelsea are out.
Third hold money again.
No,
Chelsea go get.
No.
Chelsea.
Third know they go bidding war and
Chelsea,
lose.
you know, Chelsea are out of
Chelsea
the
were
bid.
trying to like make the team big to make Arsenal go and pay more so that they go behind.
And that's
closed
what
doors.
Todd told you.
Yes. That's what we did. So
So now you go
But
Ukraine
wait.
plus 100 million. Wait,
No.
them bomb.
The guy go cook. Relax. He will cook this season.
So I ask you a question. You see your bias on
He
the
will
set.
cook this season.
no, it's not about bias.
It's not about
Chelsea.
bias. It's not about bias.
The guy flop.
They'll go Arsenal. We put them on my podcast there.
Oh my guy. This one not be Chelsea podcast too.
So Arsenal are paying 50 million.
Yes.
Chelsea got, I think, a better signing for 14 million.
in the person of.
Like the same way Arsenal gets
Renato.
Trossard for 10 million.
So
That's
yes.
it.
So I mean, it doesn't matter how much you buy. the
Who
player.
said Chelsea? Who did you get that is better than Calafiori? Do you know who is Calafiori? Have you
Who is
watched him play at
Calafiori?
Bologna?
You know. Have
We
you
all
watched
got to
Renato?
new Calafiori from these Euros.
Renato Sanchez way.
No, not Renato Sanchez. Renato
Who?
Vega is a Portuguese.
My friend.
The
my
funny
friend.
thing
Portuguese
is,
multi-purpose
Bologna-
player.
Make I tell you something.
Basel,
That player-
Basel sold Calafiori to Bologna.
And they replaced him with
with-
Renato. They say Renato.
And now Chelsea are buying him for 14.
What a bad name.
Arsenal will pay Bologna 50 million.
And you know what?
Basel will take
When
22 from
when
that
Chelsea, I mean, when the rumors go,
Business.
Chelsea is having a conversation with Calafiori's agent, then I'm
Senior
sorry.
men.
They came
When they
in.
need a striker,
Yeah,
you
that
need a
dumb.
striker.
No.
also defender.
Yeah, that dumb. So, Chelsea is going to pay 50 million. Then Bologna say right
But
now.
Calafiori is a decent
No.
footballer.
Hey,
And now you're
Every
buying.
footballer is a
decent.
decent footballer. What are you talking about?
I've seen him. I've watched his clips.
Eh,
Last week, Francis
Calafiori
was
can play
here
centre
saying
back.
that
Can
we
play
don't
left
need
wing
him.
back.
is Mudryk not a decent footballer?
Modric. Mikhail Modric.
better than all.
You were
all-
ready to pay
better than all your
95
right
million.
wingers.
We don't.
I
It
bet
be God.
more-
You see,
more-
sometimes
more-
you see that J my spectacle. Sometimes even though they see well, God fit comes on cloud for your
You see,
ankle.
this-
Now,
so
so
now
now
you
you are
see this-
no,
no,
you
no,
are
no.
selling
This
the
is
Arsenal.
red. Go
You see,
buy him.
this be Arsenal. Arsenal, I know they omit match now.
Let's
They
say
see,
stuff for the road.
Bright,
The only
not Brighton.
player
Acquire
Chelsea
Jackie
buy.
Diono. They bought through everything. This is Arsenal.
We did hear.
Man, them,
just
man,
go.
I say this is Arsenal. They bought through everything.
It predict. They come inside.
But
you
with
know,
the player
say-
wants to go to Arsenal.
It's not about with the player. Mudryk was ready to join Arsenal, but Chelsea hijacked the deal.
Because you get
No,
you get
no,
money
He wants to
laundry.
go to Arsenal because
Bro.
of the salary they've shown him.
I'm trying to tell you that.
Money laundry.
Arsenal, where you Arsenal? They bought through everything.
Okay.
Mudryk was complete.
To Arsenal.
Say Arsenal and Chiaska.
With
Chelsea hijack it.
On Pepe.
So we Calafiori,
I'm on Pepe.
Pep, Man City be free from Papa Chelsea.
My
You
friend,
you can be
only thing
ruthless
that we
and
know
still sign
Chelsea
him.
has a wolf money
I
to
will
throw around. And the reason
I
being
will
that
manage
Chelsea even went into the camp of Benfica, put fight between Enzo Fernandez and the sporting director, to the extent that Enzo stood up on a table, hit the table, and told Nuno Gomez that what? You are an enemy of progress. Allow me to go.
You
But
get
if you're
evidence.
an enemy of progress.
I know better.
You get evidence.
Where's your evidence?
Chelsea.
Yes. Yes.
Abramovich, you know the Abramovich start this thing, come England, they carry money, they go buy John Terry, then I said John Terry. Hey God.
Paulo Ferreira.
You see,
we know that
Pins.
story.
I
Don't
mean, make
don't tell us
move
our story.
Make move for it. That
And
guy.
after that, how many trophies?
Carry a wolf money, go buy.
After that, we
Hernan
won
Crespo themselves.
2 Champions League. Show your own.
Francis wish he had an owner like that to be
Left
buying
arm.
players.
Left out. We have 2 Champions League.
I don't blame him, I
Show
blame
your own.
Arteta.
How many finals?
We just need a striker like Benjamin Sesko. Or me, my striker, I want them to sign them. Be too
Lukaku,
big. If we
Lukaku.
get one, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lukaku.
Lautaro Martinez of
Lukaku.
Inter
You
Milan,
won't get-
Alexander Isaac of.
All right, so I'm telling you, you get
Lukaku.
Lukaku by the end of the season. Kayame Kesefa.
Oh, but Lukaku is better than the current center forwards we
Pay
have.
37.
Any day,
Just pay 37 million pounds. And
free.
we can even
But now
loan it to
Lukaku
you.
45, you go leave him.
Bottle striker.
Oh yeah,
You
we
go
go
give
leave him
bottles and the
45.
body
So
here.
bring
Bottles
45.
here. Anyway,
Your strikers, they
anyway,
score
so
goals
that's one of the deals. I also know that our very own Ghanaian player, what's his name again?
Antoine Semenyo.
No. So Semenyo has extended his contract
Yes.
for
5
5 years. The young boy, and
Nyama.
Nyama also has spent on
Signed
deal
for
Yes.
to Lyon. I think it was 5 years contract or
Yeah.
so. People are saying that but the boy like for taking time. Then
My friend,
take
you
your time.
see,
No,
this
that's the
you
best
see the academy
transfer.
system of managing players is different. The clauses you see, they'll just hear that 5 years, but the clauses inserted into the contract, you have no idea. I've negotiated deals for players. Sometimes you ask the player, how many years have you signed? 3. But there's a clause inserted into the contract that when you have a bid
Yeah.
of this amount, then you have the first option to activate it that I'm leaving or you will stay.
Mm.
And it happens everywhere.
Oh, I mean, them instances. Like,
Enzo Fernandez he had a standing contract with Benfica. But when Chelsea triggered the release clause, it doesn't matter the number of years you have there. You've got to negotiate and let the player go.
Release clause.
You understand? Mohamed Kudus from Ajax. It was the same clause that he used to come to Newcastle.
West
Ham, sorry. So if you look at those deals, it works sometimes. Sometimes the player will say, I'm leaving. You can't hold him because the clause is in the contract. 5, you think this Kudus will stay at West Ham for 4 years?
No, it's not.
It won't happen.
No, but with Newman's issue, we knew that he was going to, join them. Once, he moved on loan. We knew that at the end of the season, he was going to sign
It's the resale on that we are talking about. For Lyon themselves will not keep this boy for 5 years.
And Niyama,
Lyon is a selling club.
If he's able to reach the potential that we all know in the next 2 years, I think he will join one of the top teams in Europe. Although Lyon is a top team, but I'm talking about the Madrid, the Barcelonas, the Chelseas, and the Manchester Uniteds. Yeah, those top teams.
That's not the top team.
When was the last time?
Please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I beg. Let's not go there. Wait,
Right,
we get
Stamford Ridgeby Market.
Concrete stance with.
Stamford Ridgeby Market.
Where stadium?
EV Market.
If they have
Transport
a-
doesn't have the
Champions League
All right,
twice.
so even as I leave them to argue, I think this is where we draw the curtains on the show today. I mean, anytime we get transfer news, we are also going to bring them in there, and of course,
Stadium with rats.
discuss.
He
No
get
problem.
2 Champions League trophies.
You get Waterfall for inside. Now I said we don't talk. We don't talk.
Waterfall for who is stadium?
Sorry.
Me, my stadium.
Sorry, that's United.
I have a
They
permanent
have
home.
empty cabinets.
Empty cabinets.
For
Your Champions League trophy.
How many trophies do you have?
If
As
it's
compared to
Spider-Man
cabinet.
made it there,
I'll win every trophy.
Thank you so much.
I
My
win
name is
Premier League
Kwame.
13.
I'm leaving you
How many you win?
with
I
some
say I
good
win
news
every
from-
trophy.
Bunkele
I win
team.
every trophy
Tell
as far
them-
as
tell them
Chelsea is
about my
concerned.
bets,
I win every trophy as far as
Winners-
Chelsea is concerned.
My guy, Chelsea never win any Champions League inside Stamford Bridge.
You go for Champions League.
They often play
Champions League
final for
finals are
Stamford
not
Bridge.
My name is
being played in
Anakwame.
Stamford
I
Just
Bridge.
don't know
Francis
be fit to
and
host it.
Vincent and Benedict.
Went
Thank
to
you so much to the
Germany
entire
to
team.
Kabaya.
Thank you, Paisman. Paisman, today, me and you. Today. So how here? Yes, of course. Thank you to Mandem like 36. Of course, Asaka. Don't forget to also and DJ Slim and our special gentleman. Special appearance by Mandem in the what color is that? Red Lacoste. My name is Kwame. Thank you so much. Always do well to subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you don't have a MYBET.AFRICA account, you have a problem. You and Chef Smith.
You are the same.
Bye-bye.